Day 8, the actress and another deadline. The office smells like coffee and exhaustion. Another project is falling apart. Another deadline that shouldn't be my problem, but somehow is. The CEO is visiting next week, and my boss keeps reminding me how important this presentation is. I fake enthusiasm. By noon, I've had 3 espressos and no lunch. I leave for a quick walk near Palais Royal, letting the cold air slap me awake. People are sitting in laughing, living normal lives. I check my emails and realize I don't remember the last time I took a full lunch break. At 7 p.m., I shut my laptop. The work will never be done, and I've stopped pretending to care. Bar time, Tinder time. Tonight's match, Juliet, aspiring actress. We meet at a wine bar in La Marais. She speaks with dramatic pauses, like she's on stage. I think people are afraid to really feel, she says. And you? I feel everything. No, she doesn't. People who say that usually don't feel anything at all. By the second drink, she's leaning closer. Theatrics fading, real person emerging. Are you coming home with me? She asks. I shake my head. I don't think so. She doesn't like that. I pay the bill and leave. At home, I open my laptop. 27 unread emails. I close it again. Day 9, office politics and a vanishing date. Morning metro, line 1, packed as always. Someone's perfume is too strong. I scroll through news headlines, pretending I'm interested. The office is tense today. Upper management is circling like vultures. The CEO is giving one of those "we're a family" speeches while quietly making layoffs. A coworker packs up her desk. No one says anything. By 6 p.m., I'm mentally checked out. I meet Emma, or was it Eva, at a bar near Canal Saint. She's normal. To normal. She talks about her job in fashion, her trip to Italy, her dog. I nod at the right times. Halfway through, I check my phone under the table. A new match. A better match. I fake a work emergency and leave. She looks disappointed. I don't. At home, I answered 3 work emails. Open Tinder again. Day 10. The chaos girl and a friend's warning. Lunch break. I finally text back Matthew, my old friend from university. We haven't seen each other in months. You alive? He asks. Barely. Bar tonight. Got a date? Of course you do. Tonight, S-match. Absolute chaos. She's already drunk when I arrive in peak. You're late, she yells. You're early, I say. She drags me to the dance floor before I can order a drink. Her movements are reckless, wild. For a second, I almost feel something. We get kicked out after she spills someone's drink. She laughs. I don't. I never date the same guy twice, she says. I never see the same girl twice. Perfect. She kisses me, then disappears into a taxi. Later, Matthew texts me. You ever get tired of this? I don't answer. Day 11. The office crisis and the intellectual. Morning, disaster. A supplier missed a deadline. The client is furious. My boss dumps the mess on me. By noon, I've had 4 coffees and still don't have a solution. At 8 p.m., I meet Matilda, philosophy student. Probably pretentious. She picks a quiet bar near. No music, just the sound of rain outside. Why do you use Tinder? I ask. To study people. And what have you learned about me? You hide behind a performance. She's not wrong. At the end of the night, she leans in. Come up. I don't want to, but I do. Day 12, the hangover and a memory of my father. I wake up at 6 a.m. with a dull headache. Not a real hangover, just the familiar exhaustion of drinking without meaning. Shower, coffee, metro, office. The same routine. By lunch, I remember I have a date tonight. I don't even check the name. Evening comes, and I find myself at a rooftop bar in... The girl's name is Laura. She seems normal. She's not. She talks. A lot. I have trust issues. My therapist says My father was emotionally distant. I nod, sip my drink, huff. Then, something she says pulls me back. I think I learned detachment from my father, she says, staring into her glass. He was never really there, present, but absent. Something in my stomach twists. I think when I was 14, we're at a fancy restaurant, my father, my mother, and he takes business calls between courses, nodding absent-mindedly while my mother talks. When she laughs, he doesn't react. When I tell him about school, he just says, "That's good." At some point, I stop talking altogether. Back to now. Laura keeps talking, but I'm not listening anymore. I stare at my glass. I realize I've become him. I make an excuse and leave early. Day 13, the socialite and my mother's words. Meetings, emails, corporate nonsense. I keep my head down. By evening, I meet Camille at Ritz Bar Vendôme. Blonde, wealthy, detached. She orders a martini, barely looks up from her phone. We talk, but there's nothing real. Halfway through, she excuses herself to the bathroom, never comes back. I stare at my drink, unmoving. Darcia vu. I think I was 10 years old. My mother is standing by the window, watching the rain. Her arms are crossed. I can tell she's been crying. Why are you sad? I ask. Because I married a ghost, she whispers. I don't understand then, but I do now. Camille disappeared, but I don't care. I do the same thing to people every night. I walk out of the Ritz feeling nothing. I don't want to be a ghost, but I already am. Day 14. Some people stand out. Even in the endless cycle of swipes, matches, and meaningless small talk, some faces don't disappear as easily. Tonight's match is Hugo. He's different, confident, sharp-witted, someone who doesn't try too hard. We meet at La Buvette in Montmartre, the kind of place that feels too small, too intimate for strangers, but somehow perfect for first dates. From the moment we sit down, there's no awkwardness. The conversation flows effortlessly. Why do you live in Paris? He asks. Because I don't know where else to go. That's not an answer. It's the only one I have. He laughs, but there's something serious in his eyes. He watches me too closely, like he's trying to figure out something I haven't even admitted to myself. By the time we finish our second drink, there's no question about where this is going. His place. The apartment is warm, stylish, books stacked in messy piles, like he actually reads them. I don't usually stay after, but I do this time. I wake up before him. The morning light filters through the window, casting shadows across the room. For a brief second, I think, what if I didn't leave? But I do. I slip out before he wakes up. No note, no message, just the sound of the door clicking shut behind me.